Let's stop pretending the main My Hero Academia series hasn't suffered from massive power creep. We went from saving cats and trees to teenagers fighting literal gods in a crumbling society. But what if I told you the best story in this entire universe doesn't even feature Deku? My Hero Academia, Vigilantes has finally hit our screens, and it is actively proving that the gritty, street-level spin-off is actually the superior superhero narrative. Let's talk about the dark side of hero society.
I need you, I think this is lust, not love. Cause everything that we touch gives us a rush, and everything that we taste feels like we're
For the uninitiated, Vigilantes takes place a few years before the main series, operating entirely in the shadows. In a world where using your quirk without a government license makes you a criminal, our protagonist, Koichi Haimawari, decides to do it anyway. Donning an all-might hoodie, he patrols the back alleys of Naruhada, picking up trash and breaking up petty muggings. But this wholesome neighborhood watch quickly spirals into a dark, illicit war against a lethal street drug that triggers horrific quirk mutations. It is a desperate, illegal fight for survival where professional heroes are nowhere to be found. What makes Vigilantes so brilliant is its heavy focus on street-level crime. Unlike the main series' apocalyptic stakes, this show tackles drug trafficking, corrupt police, and systemic poverty. It explores the dark, gritty cracks of hero society that All Might's dazzling smile simply cannot reach, offering a much more grounded and dangerous narrative. Koichi is a massive breath of fresh air. He isn't a chosen one inheriting a god-tier quirk. He's just a college kid with a weak gliding ability. The anime brilliantly breaks down how non-licensed heroes operate in a legal gray area. Watching Koichi rely on raw ingenuity and dirty street tactics to survive against actual lethal villains is incredibly compelling. Visually, the studio's approach to this spin-off is fascinating. Unlike the bright, polished aesthetic of the main series, the animation here relies on heavy shadows, muted color palettes, and kinetic, brutal choreography. It proves that spin-off adaptations don't have to be cheap cash grabs. They can utilize completely different visual languages to reflect a more mature, cynical tone. If you check the fiery discussion threads on Reddit's r/anime, the global fandom is having a massive realization. Hardcore manga readers have been begging for this adaptation for years, and now that it is here, the consensus is overwhelmingly positive. Fans on My Animalist are actively weaponizing this show to criticize the main series' later arcs, praising Vigilantes for keeping its power scaling strictly grounded. While a few vocal critics on Twitter complain about the slower, episodic slice-of-life pacing in the early episodes, the vast majority are disagreeing. People are hyping this up as a gritty, top-tier masterpiece that totally reignites the franchise's original magic, proving that you don't need a professional license to carry a gripping story. My Hero Academia, Vigilantes is the gritty, street-level reality check this franchise desperately needed. It brilliantly trades apocalyptic battles for intimate, high-stakes street crime, anchored by a deeply relatable, illegal protagonist who just wants to do the right thing. If you are exhausted by massive superhero power creep and just want a grounded, beautifully animated crime thriller, this is absolute mandatory viewing. I am giving Vigilantes a rock-solid 9 out of 10. Keep your hoodie up, stay in the shadows, and thanks for watching.